I do this video that I'm doing right now. My intention is to do it every week on Thursday, send it to you on Thursday. Well, last week, that's when, Charlie Kirk was assassinated on Wednesday. And I didn't even know what to say. It's like I knew what to say, but I didn't know how to say it. It just was a really, I had to sit with everything for a week. And because I was like really afraid of what I was going to say because I was upset. So I didn't do a video last week. Plus, I don't I don't know. Like I don't know. I didn't want to go on a video and talk about my opinion because my opinion doesn't matter. Especially didn't matter last week or how I feel. It doesn't matter. It just didn't feel like it mattered. What it felt like mattered was praying, getting clear with myself, getting clear with God, showing up for people. That's what felt clear for me. Um, so this is what just watching the events of the last week. I started thinking about soul IQ, the IQ of someone's soul, because I have seen, I didn't know. I mean, I think I knew, but didn't know. Do you know what I mean? That there is a deep, deep soul sickness in this country of the United States of America and the world, really. But I live here, so I can see it, feel it, taste it. I didn't realize how many people, I don't think I did. I think the mask is off for me. Like how many people are walking around with a serenity mask on or a nice mask on or a virtue mask on, and underneath their soul is sick. Like sick. We all know people were celebrating the death of a man who was 31 years old. We all know that some people were doing that. We know people have lost their job. We know this. We know this. We know that's sick. And it has really exposed how far we are from awakening. You know, spiritual teachers talk about awakening all the time. Either there's many, many, many people who are nowhere near that. In fact, they're devolving. Their soul is actively devolving. And it is heartbreaking. It is sad. It is all the things. It is all of the things. And it's like I was mad and sad and disgusted. And then now I'm just like, we have work to do. We have a lot of work to do. So let's talk about soul IQ. What is the IQ of the soul? It's hard to measure, but we are also seeing that there are soulless people that do walk around, people that don't have a soul. They have a body, but they don't have a soul. They came into this world without a soul, which is like what? Maybe narcissistic people, people with borderline personality disorder, like, and I'm not saying all of them at all. And some people who don't have those things may not have a soul or they're deeply disconnected from their soul. But I'm wondering, and what I'm seeing and what my guides are showing me is that we have kids coming in that are like, oh my God, they're starseeds. They're rainbow children. They're telepathic. They're way beyond what you and I are, most likely. Maybe you are a starseed, I don't know. And then we have some other kids coming in, other souls coming in, and they are just like robots that are matching the energetic imprint of the AI. Then you put the robot person in front of a screen for 8, 9, 10 hours a day, absorbing internet, absorbing things that are just made up. And you're in a disastrous, dangerous situation. So it's like, what is your soul's IQ? How emotionally and spiritually and energetically advanced, or are you? And it's not even a judgment. Advanced is a terrible word to say. Mature. Or how connected are you? Do you cultivate your soul? Do you nurture yourself and your soul? Do you learn? Do you take on the shadow parts of yourself and say, I am here to learn. I am here to grow. Because here is what is most likely going to happen and is happening. We are in a civil war in the United States. I've talked about it before, but I'm like, damn, we are in it. We are in it. And it's no longer invisible. It's no longer invisible. People are dying. People are school shootings. I mean, we can go on, we can name them all. We know this. And we are in a war. And it's designed. It is absolutely 100% designed. I don't know if you listened to my Arcturian channeling. They talked about how we are an enslaved race, that we are being controlled, not by the politicians, yes, but they're being controlled by something deeper, bigger, maybe even darker. And that the light, the angelic realms, the angels, God, they are fighting for our soul. Our soul. And we have got to help them help us. But an event like what happened with the assassination of Charlie Kirk, it's like putting a bomb in the middle of an already divided society, and it just oozing out. And the more people fight, the more people celebrate, the more people want to be right, the more people, all the things we're seeing, the more enslaved we become. The more enslaved we become. And this whataboutism, well, what about this? Well, yes, he died, but what about? What about? What about? Everybody's like, well, what about? When you do that, or when someone does that, not you, but when someone does that, you know what they're doing? They're literally popping out from their soul. They're not allowing themselves to feel. Okay, well, you didn't finish your dinner. Well, what about the starving people in Africa? That it moves the conversation away from people actually feeling. I could go on and on and on about all these things that I'm seeing, and I'm sure you're seeing too, that are keeping us really, really, really sick and divided. So what do we get to do? What do you and I get to do to continue moving our soul IQ higher and higher and higher, so that we can be that vibration, we can be that, I don't know if example is the word, frequency to hold, because I've been saying this for probably years. It is the time of the spiritual warrior. It's not about war. It's not about fighting. It's about that fierceness. We can't sit back anymore. It is glaringly obvious. Can't sit back on your phone anymore. And it starts with us working on our relationship and connection to our own soul. Because if you are, and you're connected to your own soul and the divine, guess what? A week like we all just had, where it's just like, oh my God, we won't get pulled in. We'll get pulled in less and less and less, and be able to hold and pull back like a hawk or an owl or an angel, and see the bigger picture and not get into the cesspool of indecency. It is good versus evil right now. It's almost biblical. It is almost biblical. This is a call for us, our community. It is time. So let's work on raising our soul IQ so we can be that light in the middle of this, whatever this is that we're in. And it will get better, but it won't if we all just go back in. If we all go into the cesspool with all that, it won't, but it will, because I feel the light, and there are people actively trying to raise the vibration on this planet. And I think you're one of them. And I hope that you join me in the spiritual army that we are creating here in the spiritual warrior. I love you so much. work really hard on not getting caught up in the messiness. Stay connected to your soul, to your light, and to your divinity.